Hi students, today we are going to start the third chapter, that is atoms and molecules. In this chapter we are mainly concentrating on the structure of atoms and molecules and the various studies related to it. Around 500 BC, many ancient Indian and Greek philosophers had a detailed study on the divisibility of matter. At the same time, ancient Greek philosophers Democritus and Leucippus suggested that particles of matter can be divided into simple forms. At last, a stage is reached, that is, matter cannot be divided again. They called that particles as atom. Democritus was the first scientist to introduce the word atom. According to him, the meaning of the word atom is indivisible particle. Antoine L. Lavoisier laid the foundation of chemical sciences by establishing two important laws of chemical combination. Antoine L. Lavoisier is known as father of modern chemistry. Under laws of chemical combination, there are mainly two important laws. The first one is law of conservation of mass. Second one is law of constant proportions. First, we can study the law of conservation of mass. For studying this law, we have to arrange an experimental setup as shown in the figure. The figure contains ignition tube containing solution of X dipped in a conical flask containing solution of Y. For conducting the experiment, we have to take one of the following sets, one from X and one from Y. Both are chemicals. Prepare separately a 5% solution of any one pair of substances listed under X and Y in water.
The law of conservation of mass. We require measuring cylinders, barium chloride solution, sodium sulfate solution, conical flask, cork, 10 ml test tube, and an electronic balance. Measure 5 ml of sodium sulfate solution in a measuring cylinder. Pour it into a conical flask. Measure 5 ml of barium chloride solution in another measuring cylinder. Pour it into a 10 ml test tube. Tie the test tube using a thread and hang the test tube in a conical flask carefully so that the solutions do not mix with each other. Cork the conical flask so that the thread holding the test tube is firmly held in place. Take the conical flask and carefully weigh the flask on an electronic balance with all the contents, ensuring that the solutions do not mix, and note the reading. Take the flask from the balance, tilt it and swirl the flask so that barium chloride solution in the test tube spills and mixes with sodium sulfate solution in the flask and forms a white-colored precipitate of barium sulfate BaSO4 and an aqueous solution of sodium chloride NaCl. Wait for 10 minutes to complete the reaction. The precipitate of barium sulfate settles down to the bottom of the flask. Weigh the contents of the flask again and note down the reading. It will be observed that the total mass of the reactants is equal to the total mass of the products. Hence, the law of conservation of mass is verified.
Law of conservation of mass states that mass can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. This means that during a chemical reaction, the sum of the masses of the reactants and products remain unchanged. total mass of the products remain equal to the total mass of the reactants. For example, H2 is taken 2 gram and Cl2 is having 71 gram. Both are reactants. Both reacted together to give a new compound HCl. After the reaction, you can see it is 73 grams, which is equal to the mass before the reaction. The second law is law of constant proportion. Law of definite proportion or constant proportion states that in a chemical compound, the elements are always present in a definite proportion by mass. You already studied what is a compound. Compound is a substance that is composed of two or more different types of elements. Consider two examples. Example 1 of water. Water always contains two elements of hydrogen and one element of oxygen combined together in the same ratio of 2:16, or we can write as 1:to mass by ratio. 2 and 16 are the atomic masses of hydrogen and oxygen. If 9 grams of water is decomposed, we can understand that 1 gram will be hydrogen and 8 grams will be oxygen. Second example is ammonia. Ammonia is a compound having a formula NH3. Ammonia is a compound containing 1 nitrogen atom and 3 hydrogen atom in the formula NH3. In the compound, nitrogen and hydrogen are always present in the ratio 14:3. 14 is the atomic mass of nitrogen and 3 is the atomic mass of 3 hydrogen atoms present in ammonia. Whatever the method or the source from which it is obtained, always the ratio of their masses will be the same. This law of constant proportion is known as law of definite proportions because it will be always in the same ratio. The law of constant proportion was stated by Proust, and according to him, in a compound, the constituent elements are always present in a definite proportion by weight.